Hello everyone. Today we discuss about the topic genes. So first of all, what is genes? A gene is the basic physical and functional unit of heredity. Genes are made up of DNA and some genes act as the instructions to make molecule called proteins. However, many genes do not code for proteins and the term gene was coined in the year 1909 by Danish botanist William Johnson. And in humans, genes are vary in size, from a few hundred DNA bases to more than 2 million bases. A gene is a section of DNA which is involved in carrying information for particular trait. And they are functional unit of heredity and are made up of DNA, and genes are responsible for the heredity, and this is the reason why we all have similar characteristics of both the parents, like the pigmentation of the eye, hair color, etc. And there are about 29 to 30 thousands of gene every cell of the human body. So next is, why our genes are important. Gene is a basic unit of heredity in a living organism. Genes come from our parents. We may inherit our physical traits and likelihood of getting certain diseases and the conditions from a parent. And genes contain data needed to build and maintain cell pass genetic information to the offspring. So, what is the difference between the genes and DNA? DNA, genes are made up of DNA or RNA, while and DNA is made up of long chain of polynucleotides with adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. And gene inherited information for a specific trait, while the DNA inherited all the information for all the traits. In this diagram, we also see a gene is a sequence of DNA or RNA that code for a molecule that has a function, and the transmission of gene to an organism's offspring is the basic of the inheritance of the phenotypic traits. And in the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid is a molecule composed of two chains which coil around each other to form a double helix and carrying the genetic instruction used in the growth, development, functioning of all known living organisms. So the next is this diagram we also discussed. So next is what is the difference between the gene and the chromosomes. Yeah, in gene is located on the chromosome, while chromosomes are the packed structure of DNA with the proteins. And the genes are not visible under microscope, where chromosomes are visible. And the genes are composed of either DNA or RNA, while chromosomes are composed of DNA, histone, RNA, and the gene mutations are small and they are relatively large. So where is genes found? They are found in almost every cell nucleus and made up of strands of DNA and segment of DNA called genes and the ingredients. And each gene adds a specific protein to the recipe, and the protein will regulate and maintain your body. And in also we can say gene has a several parts. In most genes, the protein making instructions are broken up into a relatively short sections called exons, and they are interspersed with intron longer section of where when the amount of protein are made up of, though still poorly understood. And it transmitted their protein making instruction to rest of the cell. Or we can say a systematic drawing of gene including these features look like a ribbon divided into a segment. But like many systematic drawing, this is one of the quite different form of physical reality of gene. Actually, a gene is a rather than a non-script form of physical point of view, and it basically look like any piece of DNA or other piece of DNA. As far we know right now, gene offer few clues to human observer about where they begin the end and where the intron and exon meet, which is just one of the many challenges scientists face in the studying genes. So thank you so much for listening.